it was just a vanilla thing that they used that convention. Chuny, how you? Yeah, Tiaka's the same exact situation. Comboing into... If they made Geef and T-Hawk Ultra or Supers weaker, but made it so you could combo into them, I feel like that would be kind of cool. Like Street Fighter V convention. I think that's good for a Super. That makes Supers more useful. I think if they ever patch... if they ever patch Ultra again, one thing I'd really like to see is 3-bar Supers. Like you have 4 bars, but Supers only cost 3, and there's no way to use 4 bars all at once. That would change a lot of stuff, but I just feel like, you know, that would be the most... I like the way that Supers only cost 3 bars. But they made EXs worse. EX is a lot worse in Street Fighter V as well. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a character who'd really have a super abusable EX to super combo. There's probably a few. Maybe they could weaken supers to compensate. Lower their damage a bit. For a lot of characters, max damage combo to super is their strongest combo. See, that'd be really cool. I'd be okay with Oni having that, to be honest. It's 4 bars. That was nice. You see that? That was some really fancy shit we just saw. Chun-Li did close hard kick, and 12 parried it, and Chun-Li super jump cancelled the stand hard kick, and then 12 went for a throw, and he couldn't throw her because she was jumping. I think that was pretty dank. I don't think Street Fighter 4 really needs much fixing per se. It's already been fixed a fuck ton. I can't think of that much that I would change about the game if I was given like full control. How are you just gonna let her whiff back fierces that much? How would he not need a loose sweep? I hope we see a nerf to burst damage. I've been saying for a long... Oh, he dropped it. He wanted 2 low shorts into super. I've been saying damage needs to go down for a while. Totsuka sensei. Ooh, fuck her up. Crouch hard kick. Crouch hard kick. Bam. Look at all that power. He didn't super. I was confident. He didn't. He did the towards hard kick and hit her. I think she might have been standing actually. Time out. I need to see that again. Yeah, she was standing. He chose not to super because she was standing. That link is crouching opponent only, I'm pretty sure. That was a nice little reaction. People don't usually get hit unless they're crouching, so you do have to be able to distinguish between the crouching and standing hitboxes on every character. It's pretty easy once you get used to it. But you know. It's still it's a 1-frame link. That was a nice pick of normal. I think that was like jump strong. I got a friend with a hitbox. It's actually really fun to use. Elbow TC into anti-air command grab. She's had that since the beginning. I don't think it's that bad, because it's not so easy to land towards fierce. In a punish scenario, you need something very unsafe. And it's not too bad to just do raw towards fierce, but you know. It's about an even number. It was an even number. I would say Dudley Super 3 is a little bit better than Super 1 because it's more readily available. But they're so redundant. They do almost the same shit. Super 3 is a little bit harder to punish. Well, it's a lot harder to punish. But they're both punishable by a good player. In most contexts. Super 3 does a bit less damage. It costs a little bit less meter. It stores a little bit more EX. They have identical combos. Almost anything you can land Super 1, you can also land a Super 3. And vice versa. Dudley's very commonly picked Super 1 versus Chun-Li. I used to hear that it was because super opportunities were rarer against her, so you want them to do more damage when they come around. But I don't know if that's the only reason. It might be that like Chun-Li falls, like juggles into Super 3, lose a hit on Chun-Li or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't play Dudley, so. Ugh! This is it. This is what I always talk about with Alex. Alex is like not a super threatening character, but Alex can just kill you. If you do anything even a little bit right, if you just guess wrong a little bit, or if Alex is just in the right place at the right time, you can just get fucked up by Alex. That back fierce beats parries, but it's unsafe on block and also can be ducked. Alex has good tools to make hard reads. They're just unusually risky, and also they're not super rewarding. That was nice. Towards hard kick into OS parry. That's how to play this game. He did it again there. You see that? That happened twice. The juggle to towards roundhouse is pretty weird. But look, towards roundhouse, OS parry. That's how to use parries in third strike. That's like a fucking case study right there. That's like when you stop being like an okay player and start being a really good player. Is when you start using parries like that. People are always like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till they're close and just tap forward," and that shit doesn't work. But if you look for the spots where you're minus, if you look for the spots where it's not your turn anymore and parried in those spots, you can like steal your turn back, basically. I shouldn't even say steal your turn back. You can interrupt the opponent's turn with a full punish. Very difficult to not die there. That's how to use parries in third strike, right there. Supplement your offense with parries. Different scenarios will leave you at different ranges from the opponent, and then you can go for a parry. You can pick your parry based on what your opponent is and what range you're at. Like, Alex can't really scare you with a low from beyond a certain distance. And Alex doesn't have buttons. All of Alex's buttons hit a certain time. Oh, he failed an EX. I feel like he should have blown some meter in that combo. I feel like it should have been stand strong, EX / elbow into super, because that would have left Dudley cornered, and it would have done a lot of damage. Anti-air crush roundhouse. Parries are active on the first frame, yes. You can wake up into a true meaty with a parry. Draw a beetle. I like that. Draw a beetle. Beetles look cool. Pick a nice looking beetle and draw it. Stand roundhouse hitting the tackle. This game is really good, man. Playing this game yesterday, I had a blast. I've never drawn a beetle in my life. I kind of want to now. Very deadly scenario. That rose is going to hit him, but yeah. EX Mirror comes out real quick. You might say instantly. I don't know if there's a way to stop it from coming out. If it's a true meaty inside you, but that rose looked like a true meaty inside him. Maybe you can get thrown out of the startup and the mirror won't come out. EX Mirror comes out so fast. It might be impossible to prevent from coming out. If you throw as they throw out an EX Mirror, though, you won't get hit. Well, it depends. Depends on which happens when. Wow, that was actually no time at all that you were gone. We could play some more, but first I've got to watch this and then the video after this, which is probably going to take like 30 minutes. Also, I started with part 2, so we're going to watch this out of order. Oops. Look at that ducking to go into the mirror. Character mastery. Or I can forward dash under mirrors. If you know how to, if your character has a way to get through an EX mirror, you should know it. Nice. That normally air resets, but That super's so fast it can hit them before they can reset. It takes like 2 or 3 frames to reset in this game. And there are actually some attacks in the game that will hit before the opponent can reset. Like if Akuma anti-airs you with a stand jab, he can combo a DP before you get a reset. Kenzo. I've seen this Yang a lot. I used to always mix him up with KO. It might be the same guy as KO, but I don't know. I think KO's real name is Kenzo. No, I don't think it is. It might be like KEG or something, and then his last name starts with O. KO is a really famous third strike player who plays Yun and Yang. I think this guy is not that guy, but I'm not sure. Can Rami or Q go through EX mirror? I don't know. Kenji Obata. Yep, different guys. Probably. Probably different guys. I think if they add if there was like a 3.4 this game, one thing I'd kind of want is like armor. I feel like certain characters like Q and Hugo would have armor in a modern Street Fighter game. And armor wouldn't really like, I don't know, I don't think it would change this game that much. Look at that combo. That was actually really cool. You don't see that almost ever. He can do that even on grounded opponents for almost every character. Stay medium kick, roll, and then a super. That was the right decision there. You almost never see Yangs use super 2 as a super. You usually see it as EX moves. Yes, Goki can teleport through the mirror. The super freeze stops mirrors. If the mirror's on the screen, then, I mean stops teleports. If the mirror's already on the screen, then there's no super freeze anymore. I feel like Q with armor would be an entirely different beast, you know what I mean? Q would have like armor on like half his attacks. Hugo would have armor on like fucking 2/3 of his heavies. Like imagine EX Lariat with armor now. This will kill. I thought he was going to walk under and do crutch face into flash kick, but instead he stayed on the same side and did low strong into flash kick. Chana would make her super 2 1 bar. The big thing about Chun-Li is she's not that bad when she doesn't have a super. I feel like that would be a very basic fix, and it would actually fix her character quite a lot. It's okay if Chun-Li's really overbearing and has a really solid mix-up when she's got a bar, but anytime she lands a super, she's instantly back to not having bar at all. And Chun-Li doesn't really use EX that much, so it wouldn't be a huge nerf. In fact, I'd probably buff Chun-Li's EX. I know it sounds whack to say that, like, you know, buff Chun-Li. Gene can be fixed with like a very few changes. The Gene having super priority would like make Gene a lot more manageable. Gene not having super priority. I don't think there is an EX meat squasher at all right now. I know those are all some pretty wild changes. So I'm sorry for any third strike purist who wouldn't change stuff like that. But I just think, like, you know, if Q's back hard kick had armor, I just feel like that would be kind of neat. It would change his whole character. Or like his EX dash punch. Maybe not his EX dash punch. How about his EX dash low? How about that? If that had armor, that'd be some really good shit, wouldn't it? That would change everything. If Gene has an invulnerability on activation, it's not a lot, because you can punish Gene if he's not covering himself. Maybe with Yun, Gene, if you could parry all of his attacks high, for example. Like even like low short, low forward. If they just made it so all the time you were in that mode, you had like one parry direction. That would maybe be like a nice little nerf. He would still be okay because he's got the command grab. But like something to make it a little easier to parry your way to safety. Maybe not that. Maybe just to make it freeze longer if you parry him. Or like he can't cancel his attacks if he gets parried. I don't know. I don't know if they need to do something like that. The reversals aren't common in this game. So I wouldn't want you to have to use a reversal to get through. Like, if he didn't have super priority, I could use EX Uppercut as Aura to blow through Gane, and that would be a huge buff for my ability to escape. At the same time, not every character is lucky enough to have Aura's EX Uppercut, which is actually an extremely good reversal in this game. There's a lot of Third Strike players, dude. A lot of them don't even play Third Strike, that's the really confusing part. Makoto only combo. Well, it's not Makoto only, but it doesn't work on that many characters. Stand medium kick from the command grab. Chun-Li could be a much more fun character, no doubt. There are definitely people who play the game and think it doesn't need to be fixed. A lot of these people play top tier characters though, to be quite frank. A lot of them play like Yon and shit like that. Just get better at the game, they say, and then they play Yon. They play characters who actually can muscle through bad matchups. Whether you can muscle through a bad matchup or not is very practical in this game, really. Goes to the way this game works. What did Ultra David say? I'm curious. Yun Super 1 does not need buffs. Yun Super 1 is like his most balanced super. Wait, was that it? Is it over? I don't know enough about Yada to say that it's not a fixed third strike, but I've heard people bitch about it. If they just nerfed Makoto's fucking command grab recovery, that's my only change list for Makoto. She can keep her fast dash, I don't give a fuck. Her command grab recovers too quickly. No, I might even keep her command grab recovery if she could just, if she couldn't touch Dizzy you. I wouldn't change Makoto that much, to be quite frank. Makoto's not too bad. Makoto's maybe what we want to shoot for, but the touch of Dizzy is a bit stupid. I don't care that it's hard. That's a good beetle. I like that beetle. I'll have you know that, I'm pretty sure that, I don't know about beetles. I'm pretty sure that insects have 3 body segments, and I'm pretty sure that for insects, all legs come out of the thorax, the middle body segment. This beetle seems to have 1 body segment, and all the legs seem to be coming out of everywhere. Yo, we saw it again! Lit! Hold on, time out, look at that. The juggle. Stun scaling should probably be fixed a little bit. Speaking as an oil player who abuses lack of stun scaling to get touch of Dizzy combos. That probably shouldn't be possible. Right, here's the part 1 of that video we just watched. I think it's a good bug. Dude, what is this? This is actually a really cool fighting game. 12 versus 12, you know? Imagine an entire fighting game with these sensibilities. Imagine an entire fighting game where characters had like strong neutral and great movement and really, really shitty damage. Or maybe perhaps tons of HP is how people would sell it. I like how they're both running X copy. So they both turn into each other. There it is. So all the time you're in X copy you have like 1.2 times damage, or like 1.3 or something like that. So you're like quite a bit stronger. So it's not like there's no, it's not like there's nothing happening here. It's not like the super's doing nothing at all. In fact, honestly, the X-Copy super might be really good in this particular matchup. Yeah, look at the punish. You're midair, but you have to, when you have to recover, you're midair. Oh, there we go. Yup, stand fierce. That might be the best 12 can do to punish that. You want you take double damage. It's like literally like double. So you want something that hits the opponent as hard as possible in one hit. So oftentimes it's just like a heavy. The thing about X-Copy is that it has a guaranteed punishable period. And if you're in the 12 mirror, that's not such a big deal. And the other thing about X-Copy is that you're actually playing a character you know how to play after X-Copying. If you're a dedicated 12 main, you probably don't have that much practice as like being like a fucking Makoto. But if you're just turning it to 12, you know exactly what you're doing. You know what I mean? Elena's a good character to transform into. That would be good. What they need to do to fix X-Copy is to remove the punishability from the recovery. That would be a good start. And then probably they should make it so you can use chunks of your remaining time to do EX moves. That would be like the easiest way to make it like a viable super. Nice. Yeah, X flat actually might be a Super 2 is probably a counterpick to Super 3. That being said, I don't think either of them were really trying to win per se. Or rather, I don't think they were trying to try hard. Don't think they were picking optimal things on purpose. That Elena did a combo. Elena actually has quite good combos. They're just all really hard. And they're against Elena's entire playstyle. She never ever needs to do them. So you don't really see them that much. Even though she has like decent combo options. That was nice. That was like pretty optimal. DP is the only thing she can combo into for the most part on the ground. It's any version of DP plus EX only for EX Spin Scythe. And EX Spin Scythe you can only go into that from low strong. And maybe stand strong, I don't know. Technically Elena has another cancelable medium in the first hit of stand strong, but you never ever see anyone use it. But like she's basically got two special moves that work in combos. Ugh. Car throw punish. I don't like that. Nice DP. What is Elena's playstyle? She's an annoyer. She's a counter pressure. She can mix you up pretty well between lows and overheads, but they don't lead to combos. She can annoy you with lows and annoy you with overheads. And she's also got a car throw, so if you get hungry fishing for parry, she can toss you. But nothing she does that much damage. And she's got hitbox. She's got really nice hitboxes. So if you're trying to approach her, she can very easily just throw out safe attacks that you can't parry because they're not hitting. But if you happen to hit a button, like her attack will beat you. Faye is a little bit. She's like Faye without a Rekka. One, that's happened, and two, that's happened again. There's a couple of ROM hacks if they'd strike. I theoretically play KOF 14, but I haven't played it in a long time. And I've never played it online, I've only played locally. You want to hear my team? It's dank. It's, Andy, Kenso, Rio. I can get Ford Striker Ranged Edition, and I can fuck around with it if you guys want to watch. Want to watch me fuck around. The problem is it doesn't have training mode, because, you know, it's a ROM of Third Strike. Like the arcade version. We know almost nothing about Forward Strike's balance. I remember Forward Strike removed all recovery from Oro's Stomp on the ground, which is a ridiculous buff. It's like a huge buff. Basically, Oro's Reversal Stomp is frame 1 invincible, but you can easily, not frame 1 invincible, frame 1 airborne, but you can easily wait for it to whiff or block it and then get a punish. But if there's no recovery on the ground, which is what they did, you can Sean at SUV. If there's no recovery on the ground, they can't wait to get a big punish, so they've got to hit you midair, where the punishes just aren't very strong. This could be a lot of. This could be a ton of damage. He did like a Kuroda. He did like a version of a Kuroda. I wouldn't say they made everyone OP in Forward Strike. There's a video that goes around a lot. Nice juggle. That's like characters doing crazy combos, but combos like that are already possible in Third Strike. And there's a lot of stuff the video didn't sell. Like, you can see like Chun-Li's super, and it's got, or like Genei-jin. You can see Genei-jin, and it's got like a full-length super bar at the bottom of the screen. Okay. That throw tech is risky. Or I can jump in and then. I like watched the video of Fourth Strike, and I like talked over it. But I don't think I've ever played it on stream. But I can look at a few characters. It's definitely not that everything's OP in Forward Strike. But like one man's OP is another man's like normal. You know what I mean? People always got it? Didn't get it. It was really far. There are plenty of fighting games out there where everyone would be OP compared to everything else. You know what I mean? Like if you took a Street Fighter 4 character and put them in 5, the 4 character would look OP as hell. The 4th character would like break 5. That doesn't make 4 like a bad game, and it doesn't make 5 a bad game. It's okay to have like, you know. Okay. Take Akuma from Street Fighter 4. Why is this a Super 1 Oro anyway? What's going on here? That's like Oro's only bad super. It might take a little bit of working to find Forward Strike, but I should be able to find it. Bath patch. This game is supposedly quite hard to edit. I'd rather do an edit of Street Fighter 4. I'd rather do an edit of Street Fighter 5. I think DJ probably wouldn't be that strong in 5. The knee shot would be good. Let's not kid ourselves. The knee shot's already okay in Street Fighter 4. It would actually be really stupid in Street Fighter 5. But most of DJ's stuff would be like somewhat balanced. Nice. No, DJ would break the game. If you look at DJ's like combos, like they're mediocre. They're really mediocre by the context of Street Fighter 4. But if you look at them in terms of Street Fighter 5, like DJ gets like 100 more damage off a low short than any character in Street Fighter 5. And DJ's not even like DJ doesn't even get good damage off a low short. Low short, low jab, far forward, like hard Sobot. That's still way better than most Street Fighter 5 characters can do. Okay, even going into crouch medium kick into the hard knockdown. That would still be, you know, having a hard knockdown would break Street Fighter 5. If DJ just had, like, combos into low forward, into knee shot or cross up. How would I balance Street Fighter 4? I don't know. Street Fighter 4 is okay. The only thing that's kind of bad is the non-use of supers, which I don't think is a very big deal and doesn't really need fixing. There's no sweeping balance change I would make to Street Fighter 4. I just leave it as is. It's fine. Mabo Tofu. Some kind of food. Some kind of tofu. They already fixed Wake Up DP into F80C. They fixed it in Ultra. People were just slow to adapt. People would have gotten better at that if the game was out longer. No hard knockdowns off of throws would be nice, but I wouldn't touch sweeps. I'd leave sweeps as hard knockdown, but throws would be I would probably change those. Throws probably shouldn't lead to a hard knockdown. It's more fun when you get up faster. Ooh, anti-air X into stand jab. He could have done Super 1. You're talking about Street Fighter 4 Error Edition. That's Error 1. That guy's my idol. He's my hero. I want to be him. What a punish. Stand jab into double DP. Double DP is hard as hell. It's a frame perfect Kara. And you can only do it in certain scenarios. That was one. You have to do light DP, and then on the frame you land, you have to do either crutch medium kick or crutch hard kick, and then you have to Kara them into light DP again. So it's just frame, and then it's also a Kara. You can't do if you do it one frame too early, you'll just get a light DP. If you do it one frame too late, the light DP won't come out in time. Won't hit in time. I don't know. I feel like Elena's about right. I feel like Elena probably really is top 2. I think she went unrealized for most of Street Fighter 4. Even though she was like, I don't know if that we would see more Elenas. I don't think she's the kind of character most people play. It's like how Chun-Li is like one of the top characters in this game, if not number 1. And nice. So there aren't that many Chun-Li players. It's just not like people don't like playing certain characters. But I think that Chun-Li probably people played against Chun-Li wrong, but also people people played against Elena wrong, but also Elena had untapped stuff. So I think those would balance out decently well. I think Elena had like a solid position at top. I think Yum was a little unrealized, yeah. Yum's another character where a lot of people don't touch, even though he's universally regarded to be good. No, Evil Rhea on the other hand. You say that, but there weren't that many Elenas when there was money at stake. Like, how many Elenas were at Capcom Cup? Shit. How many did you see at Evo? I was one of the first, dude. I played Elena, I was like, this character's gonna end up being really stupid. I was like, Elena's a top tier and like no one knows. I said that for years, and then everyone started saying it. I would probably say my final opinion at the very end of Ultra was Evil Ryu, Elena, Yun as top three. Elena goes about even with Evil Ryu, to be honest. And I think Elena actually loses to Yun. Nice. You've got quite a lot of time to link that super. In fact, I think you can link a low forward. The hit stop of that, the hit stun of that down towards hard kick is basically about the same as a jump in. What? He just did it. Nice. Daggered him, or just amonged him. Poison is maybe top 5. DiCaprio is also probably top 5. Oh, it's over. Seth is quite good. Seth is probably top 10. Hard to say. Hard to say. I'm going to do my best to find the forward strike ROM. Give me a sec.